Hey guys, Sordex here, and today I'm bringing you another deck profile, another late deck profile. This time it's gonna be on Gear Chronicles. Yeah, really late because the most recent support they got was in GBT-05, which was like months ago. So yeah, sorry again. I was busy with practicing with Victor on my first Spring Fest. So yeah, delayed on a lot of deck profiles that should be done. But yeah, anyways, here we are, the present time, free from all of regionals or stuff like that. So yeah, we get started with this Gear Chronicle deck profile. So for starting Vanguard, Chrono Dran, he's basically like one of the essential starters for Chronojets now, Chronojet decks. So yeah, skill is Generation Break 1, put this card into your soul. When this unit is placed into the bind zone from rearguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for one card named Chronojet, call it to rearguard, then shuffle your deck, and then at the end of the turn, the Chronojet goes into your hand. So basically, Chronojet helps fuel with the soul, and also gets you a Strive Fodder into your hand at the end of the turn. So pretty good. Chronojet, pretty good. Grade 3s. 4 Chronojet Dragons. It's a Chronojet deck, so you're going to obviously run him. Skill is Generation Break 2. He becomes a 16k attacker, and you can't guard with grade 1s or higher, so Glory skill. And then his Stride skill is that when Counterblast 1, when a G unit strides on top of him, pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rearguard and send it to the bottom of the deck. So yeah, great there. GB2 is obviously good because Glory skill. So yeah, that's good. Then back up grade 3, you're going to run 4 Chronojet Dragons. Ooh, that's a nice spin. I say 4 Chronojet Dragons because he becomes a Chronojet Dragon when you stride on top of him. Because the skill is that when you stride on top of him, the Stride unit gets the skill Counterblast 1. They search for a Chronojet and replaces him as a heart, and he goes to the bottom of the deck after you shuffle your deck. So yeah, nothing much else to say. You want to run 8 Chronojet because it's a Chronojet deck. It's essential. You're going to need to ride the Chronojet in the deck. So this deck is somewhat similar to the previous build I did, though there are few changes here and there. And one of the few changes, well, the starter was one. Then the next change is this card. I run 4 History Maker Dragon. He's from the new trial deck that came out months and months ago. Probably even half a year ago at this point. But yeah, his skill is Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can pay the cost, which is Counterblast 1. Then you choose one of your rearguard and Time Leap it. Time Leap is their new keyword, which probably people already know at this point. But essentially is you choose one of your rearguards, bind it, and then call a grade higher than it. Then at the end of the turn, the card you call goes back to the bottom of the deck, and then the card you bind comes back to the field. Basically it. He's good because you can get multiple attacks in if you play properly, and yeah. Next grade 2s. Oops. This hasn't changed. It's 4 Upstream Dragons. Basically his skill is Generation Break 1. When he attacks a Vanguard, you can make it become 13k attacker. But at the end of the turn, he goes to the bottom of the deck, and then you search out grade 1 and call it as rest. So basically it helps you search out cards you want, like Ur-ningin if you want to get some counter charging, or Gigi if you want to get some Unflipping. So yeah. And then lastly in grade 2s, which is also a different change, I run 3 Relic Master Dragon. Skill is Counterblast 2. When he's placed on Vanguard or rearguard, you choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or less rearguards and send it to the bottom of the deck. So he's basically a Blaster Blade / Berserker Dragon clone, but instead of retiring, you're sending something to the bottom of the deck. I like this card because he's not Generation Break restricted, so you can play him whenever you want. Downside is that he is Counterblast 2, so it's pretty Counterblast heavy. But you have Unflippers, so you don't mind that. There's another grade 2 that you could run. He's in grade 2 8K he came out in set 4. I don't like him because he's only AK, and even though he does send something to bomb for free, your opponent does have the option, if they can, to call something one grade less than it, the card that was sent. So I like this card because he like for sure sends something away, and your opponent can call like a grade less, something less than that. So yeah. But yeah. On to grade 1s. Because this is a stride deck, obviously you're going to be running 4 stride enablers. Nothing much else to say. We're going to run 3 Ur-ningin. This hasn't changed. Ur-ningin is really good because he is your counter charger. Every time you send something to the bottom of the deck, you have a Chronojet Vanguard, you counter charge 1. It's once per turn, so you can only do it once. But if you have multiple copies of it out, you're going to counter charge more. So that's good. Next, 2 Gigi, Soul Blast 2 draw 1. I just add that, and she's the new addition. She's really good, especially when you do like multiple combo plays of drawing, because this deck doesn't roll draws anymore. So yeah, to her, I run 2 because something called damage checking your only copy is a thing, and if you damage check your Gigi, it's gonna be sad times. So 2 is good. 1 Melem. She is basically the grade 1 version of Upstream. So attack to Vanguard, she becomes an 11k attacker. Then at the end of the battle, you put her back in the deck, and then you call grade 0. So the only grade 0 you'll call is if you have another Chrono Dran, which I don't, or you can call Heart Thump Worker, Doki Doki Worker, for combo plays and drawings, shindigs, and all that. So yeah, 1 Melem, and then 4G perfect guards, because perfect guards are perfect guards. G1s because you need to unflip. So yeah. Okay, finally grade 1. Not grade 1s. We just did them. Grade 0s. Triggers. As I mentioned before, we don't run draw anymore. So we're gonna run 12 crit triggers. Yeah, maximize pressure to their face. You're gonna run. You need the Heart Thump Doki Doki Worker because he's your draw trigger essentially. Yeah. So obviously, Chronojet trigger. When a Chronojet attacks, you can put him to soul, you draw a card, and your Vanguard gets plus 5k. So yeah. And then 4 heals, because heals are going to heal. Obviously we have the Ur, because she's like the best Chronicle heal trigger out there. And then you can use her to G-guard and get her future self out. So yeah. That's good. Whenever G-guarding is a thing. Finally, G-Zone. Idiot play here. Only run 2 Nextage because I don't have 4. I totally recommend you run 4 Nextage if you have the 4 Nextages. Right now, I only have 3. I'm missing 1 Nextage, so yeah. 4 Nextage. And since because I don't have the other 2 Nextage, I run 2 Ragnaclocks. Ragnaclock is not a bad card until Fire's Collection comes out with the G-Guardians and stuff. But yeah, skill. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about his skill. Essentially, Nextage skill is Card 1, Persona Flip, and then discard 3 cards from your hand. At the end of the turn, that is unit Battle of Vanguard. If you have a Chronojet Dragon Heart, you may pay the cost. If you do, put Nextage face up into your G zone, and then stand your Chronojet. So you basically got an extra attack in. So yeah, pretty good, really good actually. This is a really good card. That's why you run 4 of. Next, I already mentioned it. 2 Ragnaclock because I don't have the other 2 Nextage. Ragnaclock's skill is Card 1, Persona Flip. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. Until then, your opponent can't guard with grade 0. So he gets the solid Tom effect, which is good because you're forcing out PGs on them until G Guardian comes out. Then you're going to be crying. 1 Fire March Colossus, Mr. Fortress. He's a really good card. Skill is Cannon Blast 1, then choose one of your rear guards, send it to the bottom of the deck. And then you choose one of your opponent's rear guard and send that to the bottom of their deck. And then they can't guard with the grade that you sent off. So if you send away a grade 1, they can't use grade 1 to guard. If you send away a grade 0, they can't use grade 0 to guard. Fun times. So yeah. So basically you can screw over people if you know what they have in their hand. You can just basically screw them over. It's like, oh, you can't guard grade 0 because I know you drew a ton of triggers that turn. I know you had you got triggers during your draft check, and or I know you sent grade 1 because I know you got perfect guard. So yeah, really good card to have. One Interdimensional Beast Metallica Phoenix from the trial deck. This is your first stride. I'm not going to lie, this is your first stride. So skill is when this unit attacks, you flip any card from your G zone face up. Then if you have a Chronojet Heart, you choose one of your rear guards and time leap it. So basically, you can combo off with Chrono Dran or something else to get like another column in. So yeah, and then a card to flip over for Metallica Phoenix. Faterider is still a good card. You give +3 to every unit. You give +3 to a unit for each for each card in your G zone face up. Then Chonoscommand, because I was planning to run Revolution in this deck, but I don't have Revolution, so I can't really do that now. So yeah, maybe once I get like another Revolution and the Spanish G zone is now 16, I could do some more stuff with it. But yeah, probably right now I'm just using him for the unflip for Metallica Phoenix. Faterider, I'll just leave Faterider out because he's still a good card. So yeah. Anyways, let's actually talk about that draw thing that you do when you draw combo play. Because again, you don't run draw triggers because honestly, like what you do with this deck is already enough. So you have your stride, you have Chrono Dran. You need some soul. Just these two there. You got some soul. I need upstream. Where's upstream? Upstream. A booster. Probably had like a heart thump actually. Actually, a heart thump is supposed to work there. And then, I think one more. Just thinking like a booster back there. I'll put a stride fodder. I don't know. Okay. So this is how this like multiple attack draw so many cards thing work. So so this is how you get like a whole bunch of cards on your first stride turn. First you're gonna swing with upstream. So basically you need an upstream and heart thump on the field. You need a booster here if you want to like make sure all your attacks have a boost in. Chronojet for sure, and then obviously Chronojet and all that jazz. So yeah. So you first will attack with the upstream column. You boost him. Make sure you give him the boost. So until end of turn. So then you can send him to the bottom of the deck. Then you can call not that one. So then you can call Gigi out. Rest it. So Gigi skill, you Soul Blast 2. Whoop-de-doo. Soul Blast 2. Then you draw a card. I'm just gonna draw a card. Just put it there. So then after that, you would attack Chronojet. The thing is, you're not gonna time leap Chronojet with Metallica Phoenix skill. You're actually gonna time leap Gigi. So yeah. So you're gonna attack with Phoenix, Heart Thump skill, put into Soul, draw a card. Then Metallica Phoenix skill, you time leap Gigi. Then you call History Maker. That's right, you call History Maker. So now you have a column there. Then you drive check 1, 2, 3 because sacking cool, awesome. So there are 3 cards. You just got 3 cards. Then you're gonna swing with History Maker. History Maker skill. You're gonna time leap Chrono Dran to get like a grade 1, any kind of grade 1 doesn't matter. Let's throw Ur-ningin here. And then Chrono Dran skill. You put him to Soul. You get yourself a nice Chronojet Dragon. Then after that, you're going to swing with the Chronojet skill. Then that's it. At the end of the turn, so once your strat is over, Ur-ningin goes back to the deck because he was time leaped. Chronojet Dragon goes into your hand because of his skill, because of Chrono Dran skill. History Maker goes back to the deck because you time leaped him. And Gigi comes back because you time leap it to get History Maker. Then Gigi skill procs. You're going to Soul Blast 2 because you can. Then you're going to draw a card. And then there you go. With that, you have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 cards out of that turn. Congratulations. You have a big hand again. You have, well, it's a crummy hand, but whatever. Well, you have two Heart Thumps, so you can probably do more drawing things. So yeah, and that's what you basically do to get a lot of cards in your hand, and that's why you don't run draw triggers anymore. So anyways, that is it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The deck is pretty fun and is really good. I think like some variation of this time leap build, I think with similar cards have been topping in places. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, that is it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.